Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to Guild of Dungeoneering. This has been a while since I've played this. There's a few reasons for that I want to actually get into. I'm sorry, but I haven't been able to put out an episode every day for the last week or so. There's been a lot of stuff happening at home and with the computer and my setup and everything that I wanted to talk through. First of all, in the game, I did manage to record a couple of episodes, but the footage messed up. And so we are a bit further ahead than we were last time. Just to go through a couple of the details with you. We actually managed to lose Jean, our, I don't know, she's here somewhere. Not sure where. Jean here, the Cartomancer. And so now, if I remember correctly, we have Blindside 19 here, our new Cartomancer. Hopefully this Psy will stay around for quite a long time. The battle scars he has is Gullible at the final stage, which starts with one loot choice is of a lower level than normal, but I get plus 1 gold gained from each treasure that I take. So, or gained from each treasure that I choose to turn to gold. So, downsides and upsides with this build. It's more about getting cards out, so there's a few specific cards or builds that I need, items that I need for that. So hopefully we'll still be able to get them, and he's also got Pyromaniac, starts with Fire 1, and every fight I have Burn as well, so both I and my opponent take fire damage every turn, so it adds a time limit to every fight as well. That's both a good thing and a bad thing. It means that I can't try and build up my deck as much as possible like I used to with the other characters. There's a few other battle scars that I would have liked instead of these, but that's what we've got. Anyway, so what's actually happened just before we launch into this and I start talking over the game and start messing up. So over the last week, my mother has been in hospital. She's had absolutely fine, no problem, don't worry about that. She's had a total hip replacement operation last Tuesday on the 23rd of May, and she was in hospital overnight. She came back out on Wednesday the 24th, back to home, and so I've been staying with her to make sure she's been okay for the last week or so, and I wasn't really able to record much content in the lead up to that like I would have liked to. That's mainly because Windows decided to do a developer edition, creators edition update type thing, and it messed up a couple of the drivers on my rig here. So I've had to take quite a couple of drastic steps. My setup is a dual monitor setup. I have two identical 27-inch monitors, and it got rid of one of them. Couldn't find it at all. If I put any other monitor on, it was absolutely fine, but it did not like two identical monitors of the same type. So I've got two identical, 19-inch Dell monitors, and if I put one of them on, it was fine. If I put both of them on, didn't like it at all. So for the last week I've had to use one of the 19-inch Dells and one of the full 27-inch HDMI ones. I think it's Bang & Olufsen? Whatever it is. Yeah, one of those. So I've managed to actually get it all working now, so I'm back up to the full two 27-inch monitors, dual setup here. And I've also bought a new preamp for my microphone and a pop filter. So hopefully the audio, my vocals, will actually be a lot louder, a lot clearer, a lot more crisp from now on, and it won't, the P's and the T's will sound a lot better as well. So that's what I'm hoping anyway. This is the first thing I'm recording using this new Focusrite Solo preamp with a condenser mic that I'm using. Anyway, that's everything which I have had in the last week, which is now explained. So let's just get into the actual show here. So we're going to go exploring. We did, I'm not sure if we showed too much else. I managed to do this mine patrol. I can't remember which one we did last. I think it was the first one of this Deeper and Deeper. So now we have this court mission here. I can't remember if I've done it or not. It's been about a week since I've played this, so this is the only mission that we've got, and we've got a fully upgraded Blindside here to try and take through. So yeah, let's just try this one, I suppose. I managed to lose Blindside 18 as well, who was a ranger, which was a bit of a stupid fight as well. I think I went on tilt, and instead of going back through the grasslands missions whilst on tilt, I tried to do this one again. Yeah, and just died. It was terrible. So I think I died on the first fight by playing stupid cards. So anyway, this dwarf mecha here, 14 health, 3 sorcery, 4 burleys, predictable and frail. Frail's good, it means all physical damage attacks gain +1 damage. So, what do we have? First of all, we've got this Dwarven Explosives to fight first. We have a straight path to him. But do I want... There's no time limit on this, so I think I'm actually going to go into this room first with the Dwarven Explosives, and then see if I can kind of loop back around. Okay, so I can't block this, so he is going to heal that one. So if I do 2 damage to him, he'll do 2 damage to me, we'll be okay. Ooh, maybe not. We can call this one a stalemate. But I need to heal really, because this... Oh, great. Yeah, I don't know if I can do anything now. What a first fight, eh?
A tender thing is a hero's
I was
life.
hoping Blindside was going to stay around for quite a long time then.
A Dungeoneer's
Anyway, we've got
life.
2,863 gold.
Still.
So let's see what we can expand. We have the Artificer, we have Warrior's Strength, we have the Most Holy Grail Knight, we have Trickster's Plunder, and we have the Troubadour. The Trickster's Plunder gives us +1 loot choice slot and starts with a level 1 loot choice. That might be quite good. Allow us to gear up from the very beginning of each dungeon. The Holy Grail Knight is a very kind of self-flagellating one, gaining back health, physical damage mainly. Retribution is if I take 3 or more damage in one turn, then I deal a damage to the opponent. But it's only 1 damage, it's not massively useful, I don't think. I don't think if I take 6 damage it will deal 2, or 9 damage it will deal 3, or so on and so forth. So I think this is a bit of a redundant build, to be honest. Warrior's Strength gives me +1 to the first physical damage in battle, and it gives me Crush 1. The Troubadour is, I think, essentially an upgraded version of the Chump, with Spell Sword +1 to physical attacks when next turn when you deal magical damage. So if I use one of these, or one of these, or one of these, then it makes these stronger. And if I use that, and then that makes this one stronger. So on and so forth. So this is a very standard kind of all-round build, really. It's the kind of a top-tier all-rounder. And then the Artificer, I think, is the tank, if I remember right. So there's a... that was an interesting card. +2 cards and +1 health. Inventive. Never finds common loot. Ah, so this is... I suppose an upgraded version of the Cat Burglar? I suppose? It'd be an interesting one to take that. Yeah, I want to have a play around with this Artificer. So we will put this on the end here.
An artificer has the brains and the smarts to create some crazy contraptions. So very astute, they can make things from loot. So they love to be in on the action.
So here we have Blindside 20, the Artificer. Oh, that's my phone. I'll turn that on to silent. There we go. That's better. Right, so yeah, Blindside 20. We're actually going to, this time, take him through some of the Grasslands missions, just a couple of these to make sure we know what we're doing with him. So we have Crone's Mind here, +1 hand size in battle. We have Heart Serum, +1 heart and Holy One. So yeah, I think the Heart Serum here, +1 heart and Holy One, will give us the best chance with this character to start with. So we'll be fighting the Orc Warlord. This should be a relatively easy fight with any of these top tier characters, but it gives us a chance to work out the mechanics for this character, find out how to play him properly. So we're just going to get straight into it here with a Goblin. And work out what cards we can use and what cards we can't. So I don't know whether this will actually deal a minimum of 1 damage if I don't take any. That'll be interesting to find out. Say if we have, there's a trait that gives you, if you take only 1 damage this round, then ignore it. Whether this card would still do that 1 damage. So that'll be an interesting one to find out. Anyway, I'm going to do the clone here and get the headbutt. And I'm then going to use that one. And so this will kill him anyway. I will use this one. That's a nice card to use with the Cartomancer as well, if we could get that. So here I think I'm going to take the +1 health and the Fire Blast. And we will head in through this way. I usually go up to the right, so this time I'm going to go through to the left. And I'm going to put that one in there. I'm going to put a Nasty Rat in there. Oh, he's going to go straight through to there. Well, let's do this one there, and then this one there. And we'll put a Null there. Why not? He's got a fair amount of health already. I don't actually want to discard a card, so I'll just do that one. I'll gain 2 cards here, try and get a bit of options, see what we've got. We've got one of the stupidities. We've got stupidity 2 actually, that's not nice. It's probably from the fountain. Yes it is, gain stupidity 2 this fight. So it's nice to actually have a character that doesn't have stupidity. So let's block all the incoming damage and deal 2 to him as well. That's a nice one. So I've got both of the stupidity cards. It doesn't matter because killed him anyway. This Scroll of Souls is usually a very nice one, but I would lose a heart. So I want the Eviscerate. That's going to be a nice card there. I'm not too sure whether to focus on physical or magical damage with this character. So now he's going to come down this way. I can put one into there and put a Ratman into there, and then put this one into there. So the whole point of doing these fights, these early fights, are to try and get some decent battle scars on this character first of all, but also to work out how to play him. And this seems a fairly easy character to play. This is going to be more useful against the bosses when they're dealing more damage. There's no point in trying to block this, so I might as well just do some damage. And then again, but any damage will kill him. I'm not too sure at the moment what the purpose of the gaining cards and health card is all about. Not too sure with that one. So I think here I'm going to take this one, which gives me the Tenacious, can't be killed if I'm on more than 1 heart, which is always nice. Put that one in there, Fountain of Heroism, and put that one in there, and I will have a Ratman in there. I might as well deal a huge amount of damage to him. and then kill him off with this one. I like that bleed. I'll probably try to focus on magical damage with this character, I think. For the most part, at least. I'll allow him to go wherever he wants during this one. Because it seems... it's hard to know where he's focused on. I think he's more focused on magic than he is on physical damage. And he's more focused on magical blocking than he is on the physical blocking. So with this one, I might as well now start taking something different. So I want to take this one. Gives me the Holy 2. Place down some more of these. Might as well just get rid of all of those. So this is the Holy 2 and Holy 3. The Artificer, because of this one, I think he focuses more on magic. But I'm not sure yet on how to maximise this. So let's just gain a bit of health back here and then start dealing some damage to him. And again with this one. Now any damage will kill him. So yeah, it seems it added 1 damage there. So it seems that it does the single damage and then it adds whatever damage I'm taking onto that damage, onto that single one. Yeah, I like this Arcane Barrage with Divine Shield and Fire Blast. So let's actually send him up towards the proper fight, get this one over and done with. Not really too worried about what he's got to attack me. I've got enough health to soak it all. So this Fez would give me that Celebrate, +1 hand size, but I'd lose the bleed. This one I'd lose the bleed, this one I'd lose the bleed. So I'm just going to take some gold. It'll mean that I'm able to push him straight into here now. And add in 1 more room and then end the turn. I could have actually wasted the stupidity card there, but I'm not too worried about it at all. I'm going to save this one to get rid of that one. I'll deal some damage there, so that works well for that. So now I can actually clone the next card, which is, of course, a stupidity. I'll get rid of it. I might as well block, gain back the health, and do this one. Means he loses health and then I can just attack him with this. And he's dead.
Here's to you, young Dungeoneer. You stood your ground and acted very brave. But how long before you feel the fear? And how long before you're in your grave?
You know, I really wish this was a Cartomancer now, because that Trixie starts with level 1 loot choice is really nice. It's only in the early stage, but we shall see how it extends through to the final stage. I think it'll be something bad for the final stage because it's something good in the early stage. So we might want to stick with the early stage for a while. We don't really get a choice about what we get, but there we are. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it off here this episode. We're reaching the 20 minutes. We've got a new Cartomancer here. What I'm going to do between this episode and next episode is take our new Blind Sai through a couple of the Grasslands dungeons, try and get a couple more of the battle scars, and then hopefully take him up through to the final mission that we tried at the beginning of this episode and failed. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, please like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks.